Hi, this is Thundy from Booredatwork.com and welcome to our full review of the HTC One X. This is the latest Android 4.0 device from HTC on the AT&T network. It's got a 4.7-inch HD display. It's got that 8 megapixel camera behind it HTC has talked about. So let's go ahead and find out if this device is worth that premier device status on AT&T. Alright, so let's take a good look at the HTC One X. Like we mentioned earlier, it's got a 4.7-inch HD display, so you can get crisp 720p video and watch your high-def content. You've also got your Android buttons, but as with Android 4.0, you have actually only 3 buttons. You have your back, your home, and your multitask button here. Your mini USB ports on the left-hand side, traditional with most HTC designs now. You've got a front-facing camera, 2 megapixels for video chat. You've got your power button. You have your volume rockers on the right. There's nothing below here except the mic. On the top, you do have your. This is your SIM card bay, and you're actually given a SIM unlock key to use here, similar to what you had with the Nokia Lumia 900. So most companies are going with this whole design nowadays. Now at the back, you've got an 8 megapixel camera. It's a pretty cool camera. It's got an f2.2 lens, and it's also got that zero lag shutter feature, so you can take multiple photos at once. You've got the car dock pin here, so I'm sure if you're able to get the car dock or like an alarm clock dock, you can actually use this. Speakers at the back. It's got Beats audio, and you've got your 3.5mm jack. Now we turn on the device. What you notice first, of course, is that it is running Sense 4.0. And with Sense 4.0, you can easily jump in and into four major applications, which you can toggle and change whichever way you want, or you can slide unlock. So once we get in, just to zoom in there a little bit for you guys. This is running Android 4.0 with Sense 4.0 in here. Now the major difference with Sense 4.0 is the speed and reaction. They've done a lot to streamline Sense 4.0, so it's smoother, it's faster, you get a richer experience, and you also don't miss out from Android 4.0. In the past, Sense has been very clunky and has added to a lot of system slowdowns. So you can see here we can navigate through pretty snappy. Now this of course has the S4 Snapdragon processor. It's a dual-core processor. It's 4G LTE on AT&T. And as you can see here in our app tray, we can scroll through all the way to the side, and you do have your frequency and your downloaded apps. You do have your menu option, and you have quick access to the Google Play Store, as well as app search functions. Your notification bar, of course, is on top, and that's where you have your first access to settings, so you can go through your app tray as usual. Now the setting layout is a little different, of course. It's customized with Sense, so you do have a slightly different look, but you still have the wireless section, the personal, the phone section, of course, and then you have about phone and software updates. If we go here, you can see it says software information. Let's check that out. Android 4.0, Sense 4.0.3. So you do have the latest versions here. Now this is pretty fast, pretty snappy. Now we do know Android 4.0 on the Google Galaxy Nexus has on-screen buttons. This is not the case. HTC decided to go with physical buttons, and I don't see why it doesn't work well. It actually works pretty well. Although of course you do have your multitask button here, and you can see that. Now what they've done here is they just changed the layout, to meet their own requirements. So it's a little different look. You actually go into an app actually opens, if you will, and you can see all the different applications you're using. And to kill the apps, same way, you just have to slide them up or slide them out, if you will, and there you kill an app, and it's pretty easy. You can jump from application to application. I can jump back to the camera. I can switch off here again. I can go back and forth, and so on and so forth. So it works well. Now, of course, holding down the home actually allows you to add or remove different home screens on your device. So now there are a couple of things that make the HTC One X a premier device on AT&T network. You do have, of course, the 4G LTE speeds, and you're looking at speeds of upwards of about 20 megabytes and up per second. Let me just show you what we have here. This is, of course, within the Boston area. So your speeds will change depending on the area. So right now we're clocking about 38 megabits per second Downloads, uploads 12, which is higher than what I get at home. My home network's about 20 megabits per second. So you can see definitely off my device here, I'm getting much faster internet speeds with this. Again, this is 37. Downloads, uploads at 13. Do one more test here again just to see how far, if we can crack 40 with this. I doubt we can, but 36. So average of about 37 megabits per second we're getting with this device. Downloads and uploads are about 13 megabits per second. The other feature of this device, of course, is the camera. HTC's talked about its zero shutter light camera, and also the fact that it allows you to jump in and out of the application very freely without actually hassling or trying to open up your camera app over a long period of time. So for instance, if you have this phone on your business network, which of course usually allows you to needs the user to put in a password to unlock the phone. If you want to take a quick picture, all you do is hit the button. So even if this is locked, you can still slide it to your camera, and it will take you straight to the camera itself. Now the camera has a plethora of features, which I think you guys can see more of in our camera review, and I think this is one of the better cameras out there in the market. In terms of overall features and use, I think this is probably the best camera in your smartphone, because you do have a bunch of customizations within the camera set. You have customizations to the camera, the quality. You also have customizations on types of camera scene settings, which the HTC has done with previous devices. You also have a camera and record button that does it at the same time, and you do have filters. So Instagram fans will be happy to see that you also have inbuilt filters here within your camera. So definitely check out our camera review to see in-depth look at the camera itself and photos and things like that all together. Overall, I do like the device. I like the weight. Even though it's a larger device with a larger screen, it's 4.7 inches. It feels very light. I mean, compared to my HTC Radar 4G, this actually is lighter than that, even though that's a small device in tow. The screen's vibrance. You do get some good quality photos. So you can play a YouTube video here. You can jump in to accounts, look at some videos we've uploaded. Let's do this here. Play the HTML adapter. Let's play this video in HD so you guys can see how it looks on screen and how it views. So you can see there it does a very good job in displaying HD content on your screen. So it's a great device you can take on the road with you, listen to videos and watch and enjoy some good content. And in terms of listening, you do have Beats audio also built in. So whenever you are actually listening to music, which I'll do in a second, I'll show you, and it's activated when you use your headphones. You don't have to use Beats headphones. Any headphones will activate Beats audio. So let's go ahead and try that out. Jump into Slacker Radio here. So that's off the speaker, and if you actually put in the headphones, see Beats audio activates in the very top, and you can hear it off the headphones there on the side. So one thing they've done here with the partnership they've had with Beats is that you're actually getting better audio quality on your handsets, and I can say it's much improved. I've always hated HTC's audio quality on video recordings, especially your own videos you create off the device, and they've done a very good job in actually improving the sound quality there and making sure that you get rich, clear, and clean sound off your audio recording. So they've done a very good job there, and I think the partnership has worked well with Beats. So you're getting very clean, crisp sound, and you can use your smartphone as a multi-purpose device that actually allows you to carry out different functionalities and use it as your MP3 player, surf the web, watch videos, all that content in one. Now it's got an 1800 milliamp battery with 4G LTE, and actually got some very decent speed, different battery life hours with it. Typically I was expecting about, say, 10 to 12 hours. I got close to about 14 hours battery life 4G LTE, which is actually good in comparison, say, to the Galaxy Nexus. So I actually got decent battery life, and I think it's pretty good on this device. So how about we sum this up and give you our final thoughts on the HTC One X? So we've taken some time to look at the HTC One X, and one thing I didn't mention in the review is actually this little the SIM pin that you actually use to pop out your SIM card at the back of the device, and it's very simple. You just actually push that in, and there you have it. That's our SIM. It actually uses a micro SIM, so HTC has gone the micro SIM route also, and it seems like more companies are doing that time in, time out. So you do have a micro SIM slot here. Now the One X, what we like about it is its size. It's got a 4.7-inch display, but it doesn't feel big. It's very light. Feels very light in the hands and easy to use. It's much lighter than the Radar 4G, which is actually a smaller device, as I mentioned. You've got that 8 megapixel camera behind, and I think the camera as a whole, with all the feature sets with the camera application and use and all that, makes it probably the best camera on the market here. Beats Audio has done a huge improvement, so audio quality of video recordings, not just what you listen to as music, but what you actually record, is much better of the One X from HTC. On the downside though, it's got 16 gigabytes of storage, but there is no micro SD card slot. So we do have that slot here for your micro SIM. Of course, that's a mini USB port, but there's nothing for the for micro SD cards, so you cannot swap out your storage here, which is something Android is well known for. You do get 25 gigabytes of storage via Dropbox if you buy the device for a year. So for a year you get 25 gigabytes of storage Dropbox, and after that you have to pay for it yourself. But other than that, those are the only downsides I have for the device. Battery life has been decent. It's about 14 hours maximum I got off the device. 4G LTE speeds are ridiculously fast, but of course that depends on your location, where you are. So for me, it worked out very well, and I can't complain about this. Should you buy it? I say yes, definitely. If you love Android and you're looking for an Android phone that's top tier on AT&T, I think this is the device you're looking for. You've got 4G LTE speeds, are super fast. You've got Android 4.0. Sense 4.0 actually works well. This is not a heavy reach overlay on Android 4.0. I think they've done a good job in actually streamlining and making sure that it's something you could use with ease and without any stress. And overall package of this device, I think, is pretty much top tier and can compete with any phone on the market. So if you have any questions or any comments, let us know. Don't forget to subscribe to all our pages on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Also follow us on Empire Avenue, Pinterest, Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe to BoardFam, her channel, as well as her Twitter page. So this is Thunder E saying thank you, and always enjoy entertainment.